Hey, my name's Armand, and I'm going to talk a little bit about my synthesizer that I'm working on called the Great Conjunction. It is an FM synthesizer that uses three sequencers that are competing with each other for control over the single custom voice that is available on the sound chip. So I made this because I've been really enjoying sort of random digital skittish sounding percussion, and yeah, it does just that. So right now let's talk about the Euclidean sequencer on channel 2. That's this guy, and we can see our little monster is traveling over the sequence of 8, a length of 8 with 3 pulses or events on it. And you can see every time our little monster steps on a little square, it triggers an event. So I'm going to hit stop, and then we're going to adjust our sequence length. So let's bring it out to 16, and let's just have no events. So if I hit play, nothing will happen. As I turn this up and say, I want 1 event or 2, they're going to be evenly distributed across our sequence. If with 16 events, if you go for an even distribution, or an even number that divides into 16 equally, you get something that's not very entertaining. You just get everything, quarter notes or something. But once you start making them not easily divisible, you get some interesting polyrhythms. And of course, we're locked into sort of a monophonic single note approach here, but we can easily change that by switching into a major key, and then it's going to kind of make up some notes. Those will repeat every time through. It's possible to add some evolution into here with this. You can see our little cursor is on this, which is our current note. So let's add a little bit of evolution, and we'll hear it kind of change a little bit each time through. And if you want every single note to change every time, you can just crank the evolution thing all the way to the delta symbol, the little triangle, and every time it's going to recalculate what this note is every time it lands on a step. And right now we're just listening to instrument 48. There are currently 100 presets, 50 percussive, and 50, melodic, if that's the right word for them. So we're kind of in the percussive range, but we can kind of scroll through our... And if you want to randomize from within either the percussive bank or the melodic, you can. So let's... there we go. So now it's going to randomize keys per percussive. Oh, wow. Or we can switch that over to the melodic bank. And then double question mark means just the entire 100 banks of 100 presets. So. And we're also just playing within the 3rd octave here. So we can say, hey, let's go down to the 1st octave. But let's say our notes can be within a range of 8. So 1 plus 7 gives us 8. And all of these parameters on the screen can be evolved over time. So if we go to this guy here, let's move our cursor with this knob over to the octave right there. Kick in a little evolution. It's going to recalculate an octave. Not every time, but within a range of chance. So like if it's down here, it's not very likely that it'll get recalculated, but if you go all the way to the delta, it's like every single step will have a new octave generated. And then you can just turn that off and it'll just remember what it's doing. So let's take some steps out here. And yeah. So where the conjunction happens is when you get multiple sequencers going. Let's kick over to sequencer 1. This is the sort of pseudo-random sequencer. And we'll say, hey, let's start a sequence that has a probability of 40%. And it's playing instrument let's say 50, which I think is an FM piano, quote unquote. And let's just put that right at octave 4. And we're going to mute our other sequence here. So here we are, we're back. And we've got a hanging note because there was probably something sent from this that didn't get resolved. There it goes. Yeah, that guy there has an infinite sustain. Which, that's what I'm talking about. You get these weird interactions between the sequences and their competition to control the single custom voice. So let's... I'm just kind of driving around some presets here. But yeah, that's just kind of what I've been working on. Maybe next time I'll talk more about the problems I'm having and get a little deeper into what's been slowing me down. Yeah. Just kind of jam on this for a minute. This button here is the menu page, so right now we can see 2 of our sequencers are running and when those events are happening. This is also, this guy here allows us to select what order in which the notes are sent. So this is like who's the boss of that single custom voice, which that can also be randomized as well with these question marks, and every step will be a different boss. Yeah, thanks.